I'm Venom 2 million. What? I just looked at the microphone. What the heck? Hi, I'm Venom 2 million, and I'm very energetic. Can't you see how I'm looking all snazzy? I had finals today. It went great. Now, we have some news to go over for Spider-Man because I haven't done a video in a while because of finals. I'm doing hello college. Now Spider-Man. Tom Holland was spotted on set of Doctor Strange. Look at the picture right there. Am I looking correctly? I hope I put it there. I edited it right. Yes, I did. There he is. What does this mean? Because it was some pictures of Spider-Man, of Tom Holland on set of Suicide Squad. Does that mean he's in Suicide Squad? I don't know, but that's a DC property. What? I'm confused. This is Marvel. Why is he there? Is he in the film? I don't know. Time will tell. He could be, possibly, yes. But Marvel did say he would be in one film before his own standalone film. I don't know. If you ask me, I think he's there for a reason, and I think he's in the film. So, yes. I think he's in the film. And I think it may be something of a prophecy. Perhaps Doctor Strange is looking at Peter Parker because something is going on in terms of the mystical levels. There's this being, maybe he's being told, there's this being that is incredibly important, that will do something within this world, will save the world. And he's a little kid and he's in New York, and Doctor Strange is being shown this being, this kid, and it happens to be Peter Parker, and they never meet, but it's just Peter Parker is seen. Perhaps something like that within the film. I don't know. Let's keep going. We're moving on to some other news that I have not went over and may or may not be true, and I'm going to tell you what it is, and I'm going to say whether or not I think it's true. We're going to now go to the suit. The suit. What is Spider-Man's suit going to look like? Venom, why are you talking about that? We already know that. We already know. There was an Entertainment Weekly article in which there was mentioned that there was a person on set wearing a Spider-Man outfit, and Robert Downey Jr. then talked about Spider-Man being here and how it's so crazy. Now, there was a conversation that was happening between the co-director Anthony Russo and Super Intersantite, and this is what they said. So, the question was, there are so many rumors talking about 2-3 uniforms in the film. What can you talk about in terms of Spider-Man? He says, well, we did a lot of research and experimented with the looks of each character. We went through the same process with Spider-Man. We knew it was going to be someone young, and it was very important to us because we wanted to give the essence to the character, because he is someone unique to the Marvel Universe. Tom Holland is an amazing Spider-Man. People will love him. It was a very experimental process placing him with the other actors, especially with Downey Jr. Pause. Continue. We had to learn as we worked, and we're very happy with the final result. We're still working on a few things like the costume. He's not ready yet because so much will be produced with special effects. Then the interviewer goes, special effects? Here's my question. Will the film show the red and gold costume that was made famous in the Civil War comic? Anthony Russo responds, the film will show a mix of what everyone is waiting for with a little twist. So yeah, that's all I can say. What do you guys think? Point out some things in that statement. He says that they had to have him look good with all of the other actors, especially Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man. Then the question is then shifted to, is he going to have the red and gold suit, which was given to him in the comics by Iron Man? And Anthony Russo does not say no. He doesn't say yes, but he doesn't say no. He says the film will show a mix of what everyone is waiting for with a little twist. So yeah, that's all I can say. A mix of what everyone is waiting for. What are we waiting for? Waiting to see the red and blue suit. Waiting to see, the gold suit. We're waiting to see it. So, what do I think? Yeah, I think we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna get that red and gold. Blah, 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 blah. I think we're gonna get that red and gold. I do. Yup. Yes. Red and gold. Moving on to the next thing. Now, to the next thing. Oh, I don't think you guys are ready for this one. I've not finished Jessica Jones, so don't be spoiling stuff in the comment. I'm just putting that out there. So, because somebody's going to ask, did you see Jessica Jones? What did you think of the I didn't see it, so don't do that. Now to the next information. We got the whole film leaked to us on Reddit. Somebody leaked the whole film for Spider-Man, 2017 version of Spider-Man, this new version of Spider-Man. It was leaked. And they told the synopsis. Now, if you haven't heard the synopsis, it will be in the description below. I will read it briefly, and then we'll go over it. Okay, so listen. This was made by a Reddit user, and he says this. He says that the main villain will actually be Norman Osborn and J. Jonah Jameson, and Scorpion also being featured. The film will have him declaring Spider-Man a public menace and placing a very public bounty on his head. J. Jonah Jameson declaring him as a public menace and then placing this bounty. The bounty draws out various criminals. Many of these criminals will not become the villains they become, but we will see Sandman, Electro, and even Mysterio before they become villains. Jonah hires Mac Gargan, who is not Scorpion yet, but rather a private investigator. During a telling of Spider-Man, Gargan starts to learn more about Spider-Man and gets close to finding out who he is. However, we find out Spider-Man knew all along. He finds out Jonah hired him and webs Gargan to the outside of the Daily Bugle, mocking both Jonah and Gargan. Both have a massive ego and are driven by this to defeat and expose Spider-Man. Norman Osborn, who believes Spider-Man is his property and wants Spider-Man back, sees on the news of Gargan's defeat. He pulls up Gargan's medical records and deems him fit for his program. He offers to enhance Gargan with what is the Scorpion armor and formula. Norman, Jonah, and Gargan agree to take down Spider-Man. Mac becomes Scorpion and is commanded by Jonah and Osborn to bring Spider-Man to them. At this point, Scorpion becomes the primary villain. He nearly defeats Spider-Man once at Midtown High, but Spider-Man escapes. The second time, Gargan defeats Spider-Man and brings him to Jonah and Osborn. Jonah simply wants to expose Spider-Man, but sees that Osborn and Gargan plan on testing on Spider-Man/Peter and find out why he was a success, so Osborn can create superpowered villains to sell to Hydra. Realizing that Spider-Man is a force for good, Jonah frees him and they both escape. Once Peter is awake, he takes Jonah back to the Daily Bugle. Final fight is at Daily Bugle as Scorpion has been enhanced further by Osborn, is now insane, and simply wants to kill Spider-Man and Jonah. Spider-Man defeats Scorpion. The film ends with Norman wanting to proceed with using a formula, but as word has gotten out about Scorpion, he is only able to test the formula on himself. Okay, now, few things that's very interesting. The first thing when I read this, I immediately thought of the old Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 1 because there was a fight with Scorpion in the Daily Bugle, and you have to protect J. Jonah Jameson, and it was fun. So I immediately thought of that. Norman Osborn is interesting. Him being a selling things to Hydra, which is interesting. Also, him thinking of Spider-Man as his property. That's really interesting as well. A lot of calls to, it reminds me of Ultimate Spider-Man. It's very interesting. This would confirm that Peter gets bit at Oscorp by the spider that was created by Osborn. It's very interesting, and I'm not going to say this is not true, but I am going to say that this is something that could be came up with. Like, this is not, do not take this as fact or the Bible. The thing that really puts me off is Norman Osborn using the formula on himself at the end. That's what makes me go, huh? You know, like, he wants to proceed with the formula, but word has gotten out, so he's gonna test it on himself. Like, why is he gonna test it on himself? He's a genius. He knows that. He saw what happened to Scorpion, so why would he test it on himself? You see, that's one of the things where it's like, okay, hold up, wait a minute, okay, is this real? Why would he test it? There's no reason for him to test it on himself. He wants to proceed, okay. So why? He can get someone else. He can get something else. Norman Osborn is selling things to Hydra, so he can get anything, okay? Why would he test it on himself, knowing the repercussions, knowing what just happened to Scorpion? That's a problem. That's a fallacy. So this may be fake because of that fallacy. It's very different. It's very strange. Also, there's no mention of Harry Osborn in this, but this is just talking about the villains, so it could be anything. But I'm just gonna say I don't believe the synopsis for the main reason that Norman tests it on himself at the end. Why would he do that? Now, I do understand that there have been other things leaked on Reddit that have been true. You know, it's been true, but I don't think this is it. I don't. Just because of the ending. Yeah, and does this mean, like, does Jonah find out Peter is Spider-Man? Like, I'm assuming he does. Once Peter is awake, he takes Jonah back to the Daily Bugle. Like, does he find out? No, I guess he doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. So, I just don't believe this. I don't believe it. I think that this is a lie. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about all of this information? What do you think? Because it's very interesting in terms of everything that's been going on, in terms of the suit that looking different, in terms of us having this Spider-Man synopsis leak thingy, in terms of us seeing Tom Holland on set of the Doctor Strange film and it being noted because he's there. He's there. What's going on? Why is he there? It must be he's in the film, correct? Correct, I think so. So, what does all this mean? What do you guys think? What are you thinking about all of this right now? Let's have that conversation in that comment section below. As always, thank you guys for watching. I have been up 2 million, saying my social networks are down here, and stay tuned for more videos. Check out my last video, which is in the description, because you guys may not have seen it. And also, check out my Robert Downey Jr. video in terms of Spider-Man being a mentee to Tony Stark, kind of Tony Stark being a father figure. And I'm going to make more videos about that, about Tony Stark being the father figure, about Captain America being the father figure, because there was also some information I came up with Steve Rogers, aka Chris Evans, and Tony Stark, aka Robert Downey. They were talking about they're going to be filming in Atlanta again soon. And we know that the Spider-Man film is going to be filming in Atlanta because Tom Holland said that. Also, Tom Holland was on Sway's Universe. That'll be in the description as well for you to check that interview out. It was pretty interesting. He didn't say too much. He said that he found out that he was Spider-Man from the internet, which is cool, I guess. But it's not really too big of a deal. Check that out. Check out my trailer speculation and stuff for Batman Superman. Check out my Captain America review or whatever. Check out my Iron Man father figure, all that in the description. As always, I'm Be-Moor, and thank you all for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Been up to 1 million.